Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Studio once again. In the last video, we already tried out for the Fundamental Paper Education Comic Studio, which means Fundamental Paper Education Comic Studio for round for this thing as well. In the previous video that I just added for some kind of stickmans, and many more possible, and a few couple of Cookie Run characters, of course. Even that I just reviewed for some submitted sprites, but it was probably disturbing, and it wasn't going to be for like its kind for forgiving for around here for only thing as well. I'm not very sure. This is absolutely a little bit disturbing as well, but absolutely seeing for some sort of description as well. And today we're going to be doing for some more paper like those things. We're going to be doing for more fundamental paper education comic studios. And probably let's do some more fundamental paper education comic studios. We going to do this like I guess. So let's start up for the first thing as well. And probably there must be way too many like those things. But I'm not gonna be something that I'm not gonna be added for someday. I won't be able to be added for so much for a little bit for these things as well. And especially there must be racist on the bottom. And I want to be able to be trying to do like I just going to be doing something a little bit, and I won't be going to be trying to do like anything as well. So last time in a suicide comic studio for those things as well, I won't be able to be getting rid for those things as well for some sort of like those things as well. The characters were not the same, and it wasn't going to be for like those things as well. There aren't for some sort of real names as well, and they would not able to be appearing for some sort of like those things. And of course, there are no submitted sprites available, except this. Could be probably like the wanted posters, and it's just like Baldi's Basics. And for some sort of like those things, wouldn't be able to be like this. And some sprites have been already taken down already, so no submitted sprites everywhere, except here for these things as well. And also, the background images could be for still quite fully existed around here. They're a little bit advanced, but we able to be showing up for some spoilers. And there must be water over here, and more disturbing things as well. This is gonna be a little bit advanced, and there must be a whole more of any couple of sprites like themselves, or the background sprites from anything it goes. Thankfully, that was the entire of this comic creator, and I wouldn't subject it to free for a little bit for those things as well. Every 3 comic studios should be at age of 18 to view of those between the 3 links. There is another fundamental paper education comic creator over here, so we might able to be checking it out for this thing as anyways, but things have just completely still worked as well, and containing for some disturbing characters. Oh my god, that was absolutely way more disturbing that I just never able to be seeing for like this. And probably there is nothing without for many more sprites, and which is including the background images. Oh, way to go. That was pretty underrated as well. And I hopefully, if you're gonna be imagine this, that somehow it's going to be for some sort of only one thing. If we're gonna be crossing over within the fundamental paper education characters like themselves that I have seen from TikTok, which means that wasn't going to be for some sort of a little bit better way. But first off, I have seen here in the internet videos that we're looking for some sort of a sexual thing, and I cannot believe this isn't going to be exactly how. That I'm not going to be telling you why as well for some sort of an unknown reasons. And probably another underrated thing is pretty unusual. and probably it's absolutely a little bit already gone as well. So I never explained for this thing as well. It was actually for unknown reference as well. We're able to be continue to show up for some spoilers, and it's slowly loading whenever it does. And yes, it will be the same sprites, such as for the three categories like themselves as well. Even not the same characters like anyways, is there could be for around for submitted sprites, but there is nothing all over on here for except for some sort of like those things that made for some sort of for other kinds of countries. So I won't be able to be find out for some more user submitted sprites, and probably they're never able to be existing for around here except the backgrounds. That must be a limited amount of backgrounds for themselves as way we go. And most of the backgrounds have just gone completely missing, and which that features a library that full of loud persons who are absolutely polluting the sounds in the library. So the rule is to keep quiet or some sort of silence like this, which is absolutely going to be making things more safer. That something is absolutely extremely noisy about for unknown reasons like these. So the next one is the categories called the teachers, and there is nothing a little bit more. Something is absolutely taken down for a little bit for one thing as well. There's nothing here, including the backgrounds, and the fan-made characters are just gone. They are nowhere to be seen again, except for those two. That must be for some sort of disturbing. Really disturbing as well. That must be two more. And that must be Mrs. Clara over here. And there's nothing right over here, which means everything for unknown things as well. And really that is not going to be coming around for these things as well. That fundamental paper education comic studios aren't going to be for such as toddlers like these things as well. We're not going to be saying for this thing as well. And should I say age of 18 users might absolutely going to be seeing this as well, or that is absolutely going to be for one thing as well. Age of 18 users, the over ages of 18 users must look out for some sort of a little bit disturbing as well. This is absolutely that the age of 18 users must look on to search fundamental paper education comic studios around over here, and especially for some sort of the underrated ones as well that you might be able to be finding out. And thankfully, the 3 links is going to be in description below for around in this video. Thankfully, that you might go on to be for seeing Comic Studio before it's absolutely being taken down. It's going to be a limited time to check it out in Comic Studio website to browse some comics anyways, but not the cringe ones is going to be for about to do so. Thanks for watching, for all your support, and I'll see you many lads and Comic Studio users all later. And as I'll be signing off, just by the way that I'll be see you right here in 2 days.